Hello, class 8 children. Very good evening. Today I am again back geography with Priyanka Sinha, and I today going to upload the video of chapter 2. I think chapter 1 you have cleared your doubt very nicely, and children, hope so you are well and staying at home. Repeated time I said, then also again I am saying please stay at home and please do sanitation properly, and if you are not feeling well, so definitely you have to go to doctor, and please stay healthy, eat well, eat healthy also, do some yoga or pranayam or some exercises, otherwise we will not able to lose our proper we will not able to use our proper diet also, right? So okay, let's not waste the time. I will start the second chapter. Second chapter is land, soil and water resources. Okay, here we will going to I will going to teach you the first and foremost important factor, which is called as the land resources. Land resources, within land, soil is a irrespective part, means in it is not been separated from the land. So first I will discuss about the land, then also I will discuss about the soil. Acha, land means the I think children's class 7 you have already learned the lithosphere, a part of the earth's surface. Lithosphere part means the solid part of the earth's surface has been identified as a lithosphere. Okay, wherever rocks are there, and within this lithosphere human beings are settling their life, and all the continents, all the continents mostly located over here only, and oceans also definitely in the solidified parts, right? Ocean is a part of hydrosphere, but I am talking about the only the land part, the solidification of the part wherever to be used by the human beings. Okay, so land has been used. First of all, I will tell you that land is among the most important natural resources. It covers only about 30% of the total area of the earth's surface, and all parts of this small percentage are habitable. Habitable means it has been suitable for our habitation. We are settling down in a very small amount. Okay, next, the uneven distribution of population in the different parts of the land. Acha, here also same things are there. One more thing is there, that is land has been all over the earth. It has not been suitable for settlement. Okay, generally plain lands are suitable for settlement, and whatever else the lands are not suitable for the settlement, what are they? Mountains are not suitable for the settlement. Another one is that plateaus are also, but then also now these days, due to increase of population, people are also means uses their technology, and they are settling down in these rural to rural areas, and urban means very interior to interior areas also, right? The rugged topography, what are the reason which is just controlling the factor? The rough topography means the different type of rough topography. It means that the harsh topography, it means mountains are there, plateaus are there, plains are there. These are the different types of topography means the slope of the land, right? Steep slopes means very high, very deep, very steep means it's not been gentle, it means sliding apart like this way, it has been coming down, right? That is not suitable for the mountain areas are also definitely are not suitable for human settlement. But what are they? Two factors actually controlling the human lives. What are they? One will be land, another will be the climate. Okay, like in the Amazon region, in the equatorial region, climates are not been suitable, and there is a dense forest, so that is why people are not living properly over there. Very less people are settling over there instead of some tribal people, right? Next, I will tell about the India's topic, that India we have plainlands as well as Himalayan mountain. Himalayan mountain settlement patterns are very less. It means that density of the population also very less. Okay, and another thing is that in the deserts in India is also having a third desert, one cold desert, one hot desert. So these are the two different type of climate we are having, like extreme type of extreme hot, extreme cold. So that also definitely not suitable for the human settlement. Okay, so this is also a controlling factor, how it has been controlled the human settlement. Next, Achha, now we will come to the classification of land. Classification of land, we will tell you in the different way we can classify the land. We can divide the land in according to their uses in different way. Okay. First, what is the basis? Some bases are there. The basis of the relief feature. Relief feature means the slope of the land according to the types of the land. We can divide according to the relief features. The land has been divided into three parts. One will be mountain, another will be plateaus, third one will be the plain lands. Okay. Next, according to the fertility, definitely lands are used for agriculture, lands are used for other uses, so definitely the fertile lands are very much needed. So that is why for the fertile land, what are the uses of the fertile land? According to the land, according to the fertility, some lands are very much fertile wherever the soils are very much nice and productive. Some cases, like in the deserts or in the mountains, the topography and the soil pattern is very much harsh. It means that not suitable, not fit for the agriculture. So, and some cases we can see the lands are not as productive, or it cannot be suitable for the agriculture. We can put it in a barren land. Barren land means the wasted land. Okay, those were unproductive, unfit for the agriculture. Next, according to the development means how we are developed. According to that, we can divide the land in a different two ways. One will be rural, another will be urban. Okay, urban means the cities and rural means the villages. Next, according to the ownership means, I think children, you are settling down at your home or some rented house, right? If you are settling down in your own home, it means that your private properties are there, property. Okay, and some are we are knowing that there are some lands are there in our city, in our country, in our state, they are owned by the government. Okay, government means no people can buy it, and no people can sell it also, no people can use it also. Okay, next another one is community owned. Community owned, what type of land? In the private land, generally we make our own houses, our own factories, like that way only. Okay, and but in the case of community owned land, these can be generally used for what? Used for, it is for parks, public playgrounds. These can be, we can tell, the public properties, means community owned property, wherever the group of people are using it. Okay, next, acha, next I will tell you that whatever the, please read the book very nicely whenever I will teach, so definitely you should learn it nicely. Okay, acha, now I will tell the land use patterns. Land use pattern means what? Land use pattern means, suppose we will take a particular type of land, how many types uses it has. Okay, what are they? Land used for different purposes such as agriculture, forestry, mining, building houses, roads, setting commonly termed as the land use. It means the land has been used in the different purposes. We can tell it as a land use. Please underline that. Okay. Acha, I think you list out, you will find it out whatever the lands has been used for, children. I think that will be better option for you, and that I think you will able to find it out. Like some lands are used for like tuition classes, some lands are used for like flats. We have some lands are used for as a market, some lands are useful as a temple or mosques or churches, right? So the use of land is determined by the the use, how the land has been used in a particular place. Like we are living in Orissa, most of the part of Orissa has been coming into the coastal plains, as it is with some parts of Orissa like Keonjhar, Mayurbhanj and so on, some little parts more. So these are coming under in the plateau region. So definitely their land use pattern. Land use pattern means the how the uses of the land has been different from plain land. Okay, so according to the areas, according to the some factors are controlling how the land has been used for. What are the factors? First point is topography. Topography means how the land is typed, like plain land, or it can be a mountain like steep slopes, or it can be the plateau land. Okay, next one will be soil. Soil will be a means thinner particle which has been kept over in the outer part of the crust, right? And with the help of animal humus, it has been fertile and it has been mixed it up. right? That is called soil. Soil also depends according to their bedrock, according to their parent rock. It means that from where it has been originated. Suppose soil is mostly sandy in the desert region. Sandy means the sand particles are more in the desert regions. But the soils of the drainage basins are means wherever the rivers are gone, that places are the soils are little fertile, more fertile, most fertile. Next factor is climate. Definitely climate, I have already discussed with you that the climate of a desert, the climate of a plain land, the climate of a mountain is definitely different from each other. So definitely according to the climate also, it's also to be a factor which is controlling wherever the settlement will be there or how the land can be used. Minerals, definitely Orissa Keonjhar, the main activities of Keonjhar will be the mining process, right? So definitely it can be controls our economy of these areas, particular areas also. And availability of the water, definitely availability of water, if it will not to be there, the availability of water is we will tell water as a life, okay? So if availability of water is only not there, then how the people will settle down, how any type of agricultural activity can be done? So definitely that water level means the availability of water, definitely it can be a very much important issue for any type of settlement, right? Next, human factors are also been responsible, we can tell it as a means indirect reasons. What are they? Population, technology are also important determinants for. Definitely according to our technology now these days in the hilly regions, previously whatever has not been done, only done in the agriculture in the plain land, but now these days with the help of our available technology only, we can able to, with the help of machineries, with the help of our technology only, we can fertile the plateau land, or we can do the strip cultivation, or we can do the terrace farming in the hilly regions. So definitely now we are having the options, okay? And population, without population nothing can be done. I have already said no things cannot be resources without the population. So definitely it is also to be a very important factor. Next, I will tell you people and their demands and all over growing, but the availability of land is limited. Definitely now these days one major problem has been arising, that is of overpopulation. Overpopulation means the very much overuse of the land due to the increase of population. Now these days the lands amount are limited, it has not been increased, but the pressure on the land is definitely getting day by day, changes are there, okay? So whatever previously the land has been used for the forest, now these days it has been cleared, and it has been so many methods has been applied, and people are settling over there, okay? Another thing, the quality of land is also different, and for the growth of these population, what we are doing, we are again and again doing the agricultural process in the same land, like crop rotation method we are applying, right? To means not to keep to the land means without any cultivation, okay? For that also we are repeated time, we are just doing our work, and we are means sorry children, like land degradation, landslides, land degradation, and some factors are definitely been responsible for this type of land degradation. These factors we are discussing about the land degradation, okay? How the quality of the land is getting down day by day due to increase of population, I have told about. Landslides are also to be a very much major factor in the mountain region, wherever what has been done, the very much larger area of the rocky structure and soils are become very much loosened, and it has been with the help of gravitational forces, the mass of the materials are getting down with the according to the available gravitational force from the upward slopes to downward slopes, okay? So that has been called as the landslide. Soil erosion, definitely now these days repeated time crop rotation, repeated time overuse of the land, we are just keeping the quality down of the soil. So definitely it will be lead to be a soil erosion. Next, what is the major reason? Desertification. Desertification means whatever the generally we should have in a particular country or any country, 33% out of 100% should be the forested area. Should be, it means that it is the common factor, it is the means it is the common measurement, I will tell you. But now these days we can see only 19% are remaining the forest area, which is lead to be the desertification. The lands wherever previously has been forested land, it has been cut, deforestation done, and due to this deforestation the larger area has been becoming the desert, means it has becoming the dry. Okay, so these are called desertification. Are the major threats means these are the factors to the environment because of the extension of the agriculture and construction activities. Definitely another thing is that major factor which is responsible, which is human made reason, that is of construction work also definitely has been done in a particular type of land, and with the help of that, the now these days you can able to see children each and everywhere the development is going on. How the development is going on? Development is going on through the constructional work, means somewhere making people are making the bridges, somewhere people are making for the pipelines for the water, somewhere people are making the roads for the network system. So definitely these are the constructional work, or some homes they are making, or some flats they are making. Like this way they can also degraded its land quality. Definitely. Achha, now I will discuss about the conservation of the land. Growing population and their ever-growing means always ever-growing demand has led to a large scale of destruction of the forest cover and arable land. Arable land means the land which has been means fit for the agriculture. These are called arable land. Has created to fear losing its natural resources. Definitely it has been lose, because if its quality has been getting down, so definitely it will lose its quality. Therefore the present rate of degradation of land must be checked. Definitely another reason is another factor. What is that? Afforestation. Wherever deforestation has been done, forest has been cut up, reckless cutting of the forest has been done, that the places we have to put the new plants and we have to save it till it has been grown up, right? Another is land reclamation. Land reclamation means whatever the land has been vested land, or we can tell it as a barren land, unproductive, that land has to be treated properly, and we have to include that land in our cultivable land, turn into to the cultivable land, right? And we can some cases use, and we have to control the uses of that chemical fertilizers, chemical pesticides. Okay, and some cases like that way only. And overgrazing, definitely overgrazing means whenever the animals are rearing very much and their amount has been increased, the animals number has been increased, that time what they are doing, they are overeating. Means how much amount they can able to eat in the grasslands, they are eating more than that. So definitely it will be called as the overgrazing. Okay, so definitely it's to be a leading factor of land degradation. Next I will tell you today another factor I will tell you today, that is of soil. Soil little bit introduction I will give, then only I will leave, because soil formation and how it has been formed, what is soil profile, that next day I will discuss in my video. Okay, so what is soil? Soil, what we think that soil is a particle, it's a loose particle wherever it has been kept on the upper part of the lithosphere and outermost part of the crust, which has been mixed up with the animals, the plants, and after that with the put a mixture of it, we can tell it as a soil. Okay, this mixture we can tell it as a soil, this thinner particle, and soil has been keeping the layer on the land. Okay, and some cases soil can be varies according to the climate, according to the topography, according to time, according to the parent rock. Parent rock means wherever it has been produced. So that factors next day I will explain it very nicely with the help of your soil profile also. Okay, so today it is enough, I think. So some question, I just see it at the back side of your book that some questions are available or not. Children, answer the following question. One number. Which are the two main climatic factors? Write any question. Homework question, children, please note down. Write any two reasons for land degradation today. Write any two reasons for land degradation today. Second question, why is land considered an important resource? Okay, children. Acha. Next one, justification question, you just note it down. That is of Ganga Brahmaputra plain of India is an overpopulated region. Ganga Brahmaputra plain of India is an overpopulated region. Okay. Justify the statement and support your answer. Support your answer. Okay. Up to here today, children, thank you, and please learn well. I think this end of the month we are, let's see, you will get the notification that the small type of test will be conducted or not, very nicely. And children, one more thing, that I should get 100% attendance in the Zoom class. I think very nicely you are going through my classes. That for that I think I am also able to just clear your doubt very nicely, because you are interacting with me very nicely. Like this way you have to interact. If you have anywhere any doubt, Zoom class, please clear it out very nicely. All should be present on that day. Okay, children. So tomorrow I will going to conduct, before the Zoom class you have to go through the video nicely. Okay, tomorrow the timing I will tell this to you. Timing I will let you inform. So definitely for today it is enough. Thank you so much, children. Thank you for your cooperation. And like this way you have to show your means love with the subject, and definitely with me. Otherwise I will not understand you are understanding or not. Okay, so thank you so much. Please stay safe, please stay at home, stay sanitized.